This is the Cline residence. We're going to be doing a cleanup, spring cleanup. Basically, the focus is going to be removing, blowing out all the leaves in the planter beds, spraying the weeds, putting down a shredded cedar mulch, and cutting some things back. So I'll just kind of walk through and talk about what we need to do here. We're not putting mulch in all of the planter beds. I'm going to point out where we are putting the mulch in. And then also I'll point out areas where the soil / old mulch is spilling over the edges, and we need to rake back the old mulch. We're not removing the old mulch, we're just raking it back from the edges. I'll point it out when we get there. But basically, this planter bed here, starting from this section right here, is going to be mulched. So, and the weeds, all the planter beds in the front yard, not the backyard, in the front yard, we are going to spray all the weeds to kill them off, and then and then put the mulch in after we blow out the leaves. So right now I'm going to focus on where we're doing the mulch, and then I'll point out everything else as we go along. So mulch in this planter bed here, and just right up to the grass, we're going to lay the mulch in after we spray the weeds. So this here is going to be mulched. This planter bed here, they've already pruned all the bushes, so that's good. We're going to put the mulch in here. Obviously, no mulch in the rocks, because you're going to go up to the rocks here. So this is all going to get mulched. Blow out all the leaves in here. So up to here. No mulch in there. We are going to put mulch in this section right here. So this is what I was talking about, where the soil is kind of spilling over. We need to rake it back, and we'll even use a shovel to remove about an inch of soil. So there's a lip to hold back the mulch that we install. And we're gonna rake that back and just kind of rake it back and leave it in the planter beds. So mulch in here. So right here, gonna mulch all of this. Walking around here, all this right here. There are some volunteers. They've cut back in the past. We're gonna cut them back again. We're not digging anything out, just cutting the volunteers down to the ground. This deco bark here, we're gonna leave it alone. Areas where the fountain grass has died, we're gonna just pull it out. The fountain grass that's spent and it's not dead, we're gonna cut it all the way down to the ground. So we're gonna mulch this planter bed all the way down to the end. We're leaving this right here, we're gonna put mulch in this area. That right there, the deco bark, we're gonna leave all this right here. We're gonna mulch this area right here. And then this area as well. So this is also a good example. You can see how the old bark is spilling over the edge. We need to rake that back to create a barrier so it doesn't keep spilling over. So pretty much you can see where it's been mulched in the past. We're gonna put the mulch in here. We're not gonna mulch that natural area over there. We're gonna leave that alone. And you could even see here how it's spilling over as well. We really need to rake that back, use a shovel if we need to create that lip to hold back the mulch. And then here, this is gonna get mulched all the way down right here. So we're gonna kind of bypass this tree to the house and then mulch everything like this. Okay, just all the way down here, get this nice and clean. Blow out all of the mulch that's spilling over, and we want to fill all this in right here. Same situation here. I did talk to the customers about mulch, the old stuff just touching the wood, the siding of the house. We need to rake all that out. We can't leave that in there, and make sure when we put new mulch in, it's not touching the siding. You can see here how it's spilling over so much, so we need to rake all this back right here, clean all this up. So all this is gonna get mulched. And then obviously areas like this, we need to spray the weeds only in the front yard, not the backyard. Same thing here, spray the weeds, and then mulch this little planter bed. Okay, walking here, blow out all the leaves here. We're gonna put mulch in this area, in this little planter bed we're gonna mulch. And then cut back this asparagus fern. We're just gonna cut it back more and then mulch the edge right here. You can see where the leaves are. We're gonna mulch this. Oh, wait, is this, no, wait, this is a lawn. No. We are gonna mulch here, but this is the lawn. This is where the mulch goes, right here, like that. All the way here, and we're gonna stop to this. We're not gonna go any further. All of this, we're gonna leave alone, okay? Some leaves in here that we need to blow out. We're gonna put mulch in this planter bed. Here, there were 2 trees removed. There's a bunch of shavings from the stump grinding. We're gonna remove as much of this as we can. A bunch of leaves and debris in these planter beds. So let's see. We are going to put mulch from that agapantha all the way down here. It's gonna get mulched. From that crepe myrtle all the way down here. It's gonna get mulched. We're gonna clean all this up right here and then put the mulch in this planter bed around the spa. And it's gonna go all the way around here. And then just keep in mind here, the soil goes too high, so we need to rake back the soil the best we can so it's not spilling over. We're gonna put mulch in this planter bed, into here, and then in here. So, oh yeah, this as well. And then we're gonna mulch this area, but they're not too concerned about going too far back here. So just kind of this area that's really visible, and then we'll probably just stop. We'll just go like this, like that, this right here. We don't need to do anything up there, just right here like that, okay? That makes sense, okay. And we're not pruning anything but the fountain grasses in front. I think here, the client didn't mention we need to prune anything back. Okay, and then finally, there's a section over here. I don't know if I can get out. Okay, so we're not doing anything here other than planting a 6-foot hedge, just some shrubs to create a hedge. The clients did point out they like the Indian hawthorn. We talked about possibly a Texas privet. I'm just need to do some research if it does good with oak trees. Basically starting from here, going all the way down as far as the oak tree. Boom, I'll just walk all the way to the final spot. So up to here, you could see where there's actually a little stump of something that was growing. So that's how far we're gonna go from here, down here, all the way to that bush, okay? We're gonna plant a hedge. Of course, this area here. So this little natural area, we don't need to blow anything out of it, but we do want to spray the weeds. And then there's rocks here. You could see we want to blow this out, blow the leaves out of here, and then spray the weeds. So pretty much all the rock areas, all the kind of like leaves in the planter beds, we're gonna blow them out, except for like this natural area right here, okay? And then the area behind the pool in the backyard that I showed, we're not clearing that. We're gonna leave that alone, okay? That's it.